Hi, I'm Stephen Jarvie. Welcome to Symphony Notes. Happy New Year. This is the program where we talk about what we are about to perform here at the Michael Guido Theater with the Dearborn Symphony. I'm so excited to present on February 28th at 7:30, Symphony Goes West, where we celebrate the American West and all the music that has inspired from films to what are essentially sonic poems, all sorts of incredible music being presented, and we start with music from the Magnificent Seven. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da. This is kind of the quintessential hop on the horse, Wild West music that uses the full golden Hollywood era colors that Elmer Bernstein, the composer, provides for us. Then we also have music from Rawhide, which is very fun, Dmitri Tiomkin's score there. We have music from one of my favorite films, Dances with Wolves, where you just have these wide expanses of wide open sounds of horns and strings. Such incredible sounds, and certainly one of my favorite movies about the American West. Speaking of Kevin Costner, we also pair with our Dearborn Youth Symphony for the main theme from Yellowstone, the very popular television show out there in the Tetons. And we end our first half with the youth orchestra still with Copland's Hoedown. This is kind of the most famous American West sound. It actually, Copland kind of created this genre of the sound of the expansiveness of the American West and the fiddling sounds that created the hoedown for us and what feels like an evening party. There's also something else in that first half that I want to tell you about, which is Michael Daugherty's Ghost Ranch. Michael Daugherty, of course, is one of the most celebrated composers of the 20th and 21st century. He happens to be my neighbor in Ann Arbor and is a professor at the University of Michigan, a Grammy Award winner for his Metropolis Symphony, an absolute pop music icon in the sense that he has brought popular culture into Western music with pieces like Dead Elvis and the Metropolis Symphony that all celebrates Superman comics. But we are playing Ghost Ranch. Ghost Ranch, we are playing one movement from Ghost Ranch. We are playing Bone from Ghost Ranch. Ghost Ranch is the name of Georgia O'Keeffe's home north of Albuquerque, and Daugherty was inspired by her both visual works and some of her daily habits. She would go out and collect these animal bones out in the desert north of Albuquerque and collect them, and some of her paintings depict different sculptures that have these bones or animal skulls. Such a definitive artist of the 20th century, O'Keeffe, and this piece is completely unique. All sorts of unique, evocative sounds that remind us of sort of a desert landscape, but also these sounds of bone tapping together. And it's music that almost has texture, and it really brings something to life that I don't know if we've heard here on this stage. We have all sorts of different complicated rhythms building on top of each other's, while we still have very melodic music happening, and I think you can kind of create your own film scene from this. And certainly if you're familiar with O'Keeffe's work, I think this is something that you'll really enjoy. Michael Daugherty is an extraordinary composer, and we're excited to present the work of living composers. On the second half of this program, speaking of living composers, we end the second half of our program with John Williams' The Cowboys Overture, one of his celebrations of the Wild West, along with Home on the Range. But our kind of highlight piece for this performance is Groffet's Grand Canyon Suite. Groffet was an immigrant to this country who had kind of French training. This is America's Ravel. We have so much color. It's a Monet painting, this Grand Canyon Suite. And if you've ever been to the Grand Canyon, as the light changes, all these textures seem to change, and at high noon it's a completely different place that as the sun goes down and into the night when it's so cold. And this piece, the Grand Canyon Suite, has all of that. It's essentially a symphonic poem, and it really is one of the kind of great American tone poems. It's certainly something that shows off your incredible symphony orchestra, and we can't wait to collaborate also again with the Dearborn Youth Symphony. So there's so many reasons to come out, celebrate the American West and American music with us, the Dearborn Symphony, here at the Michael Guido Theater. That's February 28th, 2025. Can't believe it, at 7:30 p.m. I'll see you at the Symphony.